The spoons are not real. Nothing we experience through the five senses exists independently of our minds. Every rose smelled, sunset seen, and caress felt is a useful hallucination that we evolved to experience in order to ensure our survival. Science is finally showing this to be the case, even though hundreds of years ago, Immanuel Kant expressed this by distinguishing between noumenon and phenomenon. For Kant, noumenon is the world as it actually is, independent of human experience. Phenomenon is the world as we perceive it and is constructed by our minds. It's impossible to know noumenon through the five senses because even if you used an electron microscope or the James Webb telescope to see the smallest, nearest things or the biggest, furthest things, said instruments are perceived through the five senses and merely augment them. To say that the five senses' experience of the world is a useful illusion isn't to say that it isn't real, but rather to say that it is a mental construct, a symbolic experience which corresponds to and represents whatever nominal reality actually is. Owen Barfield expressed a similar idea through his allegory of the rainbow. When you see a rainbow, is it really there? If you could mark the location of a rainbow and walk toward said location, you would never find it. What you do find are rain droplets, each one acting as a prism through which the color spectrum is revealed as light passes through. There is no actual rainbow outside of our minds, just an experience created by our mind and the eye's reception of photons which had passed through the myriad of tiny water droplets. Barfield calls the rainbow a representation, and because it was seen by multiple people at once, a shared representation. Even if one wanted to take atomic theory as being literally true, then what's true for a rainbow would be true for a tree. A tree is composed of atoms which reflect photons into our eyes, just as a rainbow is composed of droplets with the light passing through them and into our eyes. We never directly experience the droplets or atoms when viewing rainbows or trees. They are the unrepresented. Trees, cars, rocks, and clouds are all equally mental representations of the unrepresented atoms that compose them. As to whether the atoms and droplets are themselves mental constructs, Barfield doesn't say for want of a desire to delve into metaphysics. Now, this video is the first in a series in which I'll share the scientific evidence for all human experience being a controlled hallucination attuned to survival, that the world we perceive is a mental construct, a symbolic representation which corresponds to a reality which can't be accessed through the five senses. Stay tuned, and thank you for listening to my first ever YouTube video. Like and subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. Thank you, and I hope you join me on this journey.